Hi guys, today I'm planting Sunny Boy Astilbe, which is kind of a purple fuchsia sort of color Astilbe. Now I'm in zone 8A in Texas and it gets really hot here, so I'm going to be planting these in full shade. So because I'm in a hotter climate, I am planting this in mostly full shade. There is a little bit of dappled sun in the area that I'm going to be planting it, but for the most part it's just shade. And Astilbe is a herbaceous perennial, so it'll die completely back in the wintertime. So you can cut this down all the way down to the ground and it'll come back in the springtime. The best time to plant these are in early spring. And a quick tip I want to give you, I got these at Walmart. So before you buy them, hold them up to the light and make sure that the plant is still alive. You should see some stalks coming up or some white roots in there. As you plant your Astilbe in the shade, they can handle quite a bit of drought. They just can't handle drought and a hot blazing sun. Because I have well draining soil, I'm planting this in an area that kind of stays moist all the time. And I would highly recommend that to anyone else that's planting here in Texas, just because it does get really hot here. These are bare root plants, so you need to divide them. There's two in here. And you can kind of see that it's got a nice little white stem with some green on there. That is what you want to be above the soil, but you can bury quite a bit of that underneath the soil and it will root. If you want to propagate these, you have to propagate them through division. You can't really propagate them by taking cuttings. On this one, you could see a little bit of roots coming out, like hair-looking roots coming out of the stem there. So you can actually bury that part underneath the soil and that'll take root.
Earlier my nose was super clogged, now it's running.
When planting your bare root Astilbes, keep in mind that the roots are really fine right now, so you want to break up the soil as much as you can. You could even dig a hole and then backfill it with some loose soil if you like a potting mix, and that'll give it a good start. They do well with some mulch. I do plan on putting a bunch of hay down in this area because I will be planting several other flowers here. And a good companion plant for Astilbe are like azaleas, ferns, any other shade-loving plant. We've already planted two other Astilbe bare roots in this area. I'll show you those clips at the end when Garrett's doing it. So we'll have 4 here, but I think I might get a few more. And I do have plans on planting some snowball viburnums in this area. So I'll do that in another video, but that's another one that I would recommend planting near the Astilbe. Also, I want to note that I'm being very ginger with the soil right now because it is super muddy right here. We just had tons and tons of rain. So I'm not really compacting it down very firmly. Plus, I am planning on covering this with hay. This footage was shot a few weeks ago when Garrett tilled up this area and planted the first 2 Astilbe. They were the same variety, so same color, but I'm thinking I want to plant 2 more so I could have a nice little drift of 6 here. There's really nothing that you can do to keep your Astilbe blooming, so deadheading wouldn't benefit this plant at all. You just leave the flower head right on the plant until winter comes, and then you cut the entire thing down after the first frost. Of course, like most plants, they do benefit from fertilizing, and they do get to about 5 feet tall if you're taking really good care of them. If they're struggling a little bit, they may only just get up to 2 feet tall. Like I mentioned earlier, they do spread from the roots, so that's how you'll divide these plants. They'll shoot off new plants from the base. So you can do that after a few years once they've spread naturally. Alright, that's it for this video. I'll make sure to do updates on this plant. Hopefully it survives in my climate. It does get really hot here in the summer, so I'm a little nervous about it, but I do really love the structure of this plant. I hope you guys give it a try. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.